Okay, we're going to look at the lesson here on graphing linear equations using intercepts. In order to graph linear equations using intercepts, you might need to know what an intercept is. So we have the line, it is the green line there. It represents an equation. And if we look at it, it has two intercepts. And the intercepts are where it crosses the x and the y axis. Right here's the x-intercept. It was going to have an x-intercept of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has an x-intercept of 5. Now, you might even see the x-intercept is 5 like this, or you might see it in an ordered pair, 5, 0. And let's look at the y-intercept. The y-intercept here is, I believe, -1. The y-intercept is -1 because that is where the green line crosses the y-axis. Always remember that that's the y-axis and this is the x-axis. So if that's the y-intercept of -1, you also sometimes will see it as 0, -1. So those are the x and the y-intercepts. Right now we're just identifying x and y intercepts. Here in the next few slides we're going to be having an equation and we're going to be calculating x and y intercepts. Two questions. What is the x-intercept? What is the y-intercept? Well, I'll help you out on the first one. The x-intercept. Well, you have to identify that the horizontal axis is the x-axis and it crosses right at this point. I would say that that point, it's not -3 because it's a little past -3, and it is not -4 because it's not clear out to -4. It doesn't look like it's going right through the middle, so it's not -3.5, but it is between, I would say there's probably -3.5. So it looks like it might be -3.25 maybe. That's the x-intercept. Or you could say -3 1/4. Either one of those are the same. You can either have a mixed number or a decimal when identifying that x-intercept. And the y-intercept, so actually let's write this, -3 1/4. The y-intercept, let's go down here. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not -5 and it's not -6 because it's in between there. And I'm looking. Kind of halfway, looks somewhere about there. So it does kind of look like it's going through -5.5. And remember that that was the y-axis, and the green line crosses the y-axis at -5.5. So you can write it as -5.5. The x value was 0. You went left and right 0, and then down 5.5. Something like that. Either one of those points would be fine. Let me see you identify what the x and the y intercepts are. As soon as you get finished, hit play on the video and check to make sure your solutions or your x and y intercepts match the ones that I found. For the x-intercept, we have the x-axis. It's going to cross at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It crosses at 6. That would be 6, 0. And then for the y-intercept, I put the 6 in the wrong place. Sorry about that. What is the x-intercept? It's 6. Now for the y-intercept, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The y-intercept is 9, and that ordered pair, left and right 0. So the x value is 0, and the y value is 9. All right, you're looking here. This is, it says graph the equation. 3x plus 2y is equal to 6. Well, step one here says find the x-intercept. In order to do that, you plug 0 in for y. Well, why is that true? Let's look at all these other x-intercepts. Here's an x-intercept. What's the y value? The y value is 0. Here's an x-intercept. What's the y value? The y value is 0. And here's another x-intercept. And what's the y value? The y value is 0. So when we look at calculating an x-intercept, it doesn't matter what point we choose. We're not choosing the x-intercept. The equation determines where the x-intercept is. But it doesn't matter where it crosses the x-axis. It doesn't matter, because what's the y value? All the y values are always going to be 0 when you're calculating an x-intercept. All those points that I have marked on there, the y value goes up and down 0. It doesn't go up and it doesn't go down. It stays where it's at. So that's why the y values are 0 for the x-intercept. And then in order to find the y-intercept, you just plug 0 in for x. And that's the same thing. Doesn't matter which point you choose here, that's going to be the y-intercept. You know, when the equation determines it, the x value is always going to go left and right 0 to get to the y-axis. So that's the reason why we plug 0 in for y to find the x-intercept, and we plug 0 in for x to find the y-intercept. Let's go ahead and get some of this done. And all right, step one, find the x-intercept. You plug 0 in for y. Well, let's use this equation here. 3x plus 2y, and we're plugging 0 in for y. That's equal to 6. And if you want to think about it like this, with a table, let y equal 0. What's the value of x going to be? Well, here, 2 times 0 is 0. And so we don't need to write 3x plus 0, because we know 3x plus 0 is just 3x. Solving for x, so we get x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2. In step 2, find the y-intercept. You plug 0 in for x. You use the same equation, but you plug 0 in for x. Three times 0 is 0, so we can go ahead and cross that off. And since we plug 0 in for x, we're going to put 0 into the table. To get y by itself, you divide by 2, leaving you with y is equal to 3. So we have both of our intercepts. X-intercept is 2, y-intercept is 3. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do the x-intercept. 2, 0. That means you go to the right 2 and up or down 0. Y-intercept. 0, 3. That means you go left and right 0 and up 3. And you have your equation. 2 points is really all you need to make a straight line, but if you wanted to add more points to it, you could. You just have to recognize, you could just go ahead and recognize the slope here. Up 3 to the left 2, up 3 to the left 2, up 3 to the left 2, and therefore we have a lot more points already plotted. Even though we've calculated the x-intercept and the y-intercept, with those 2 points we can find the slope, and that will allow us to make a straighter line. The more points, the straighter your line will be. So we have just graphed using the intercepts. With this method, you calculate the intercepts with 2 points. The table method, we calculated more than 2 points just to make sure we got a straight line. So all you have to do is remember the steps. Step 1, step 2, and you can graph using intercepts. Now go ahead and try this one on your own. You find the intercepts and pause the video and then hit play and make sure it matches the ones that I found. All right, so let's find the x-intercept. The x-intercept, you plug 0 in for y. 15 is equal to 3x plus 5 times 0. Cross that off because 5 times 0 is 0. And now let's solve for x. X will equal 5. If y was 0, x is equal to 5. You got to make sure that you put it into the right part of the table because y was 0 right there. So then the x value had to go right beside it. All right. Now let's go ahead and move on down and find the y-intercept. You plug 0 in for x. So find the y-intercept. We have 15, which is equal to 3 times 0 plus 5y. 3 times 0 is 0. And we divide by 5 on both sides. Y is equal to 3. And since x was 0, y is equal to 3. And we have both of our intercepts. 5, 0 is the x-intercept. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 3 is the y-intercept. So since those are the intercepts, the slope's going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we go up 3 and left 5. And there's our next point. Up 3 and left 5. And with those points, I feel confident in making a straight line here. And there's the line of the equation. 15 is equal to 3x plus 5y. And this last example here just has some fractions in it. Just want to give you one example here for you to just keep checking your skills here. X and y, so x-intercept, y is going to be equal to 0, y-intercept, x equals 0. Okay. So plug 0 in for y, so it's going to be 1/4 x plus 1/2 times 0 is equal to 2. And we know that 1/2 times 0 is 0. So we have 1/4 x is equal to 2. How do we get rid of multiplying by 1/4? Well, you should remember you could divide by 1/4, but dividing fractions means you multiply by the reciprocal. And the reciprocal is 4/1. Those cancel out, leaving us with x. And 4/1 is just 4. That's why I didn't put 4/1 there, because 2 times 4 is 8. You know that. You don't need to have 4/1 as a fraction on the right side. They are the same thing. 4/1 is equal to 4. Okay, and now let's find the y-intercept. It says plug 0 in for x. So 1/4 x plus 1/2 y is equal to 2. That crosses off, leaving us with 1/2 y is equal to 2, multiplied by the reciprocal. Y is equal to 4. So now that we have our intercepts, let's go ahead and plot those. That would be 8, 0, and this is 0, 4. And so now let's go ahead and draw that line. And there you have the equation. 1/4 x plus 1/2 y is equal to 2. Well, that's what we have today for graphing linear equations using intercepts. I feel that this is a little quicker way than using a table like we did in the previous video, but you still need to know how to use a table because we did use it here when we were graphing intercepts. It just helped us to organize our data. So, appreciate you stopping by for the video. We will see you the next time.